It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hello, welcome to day two. It's the Geno Jones Show, Monday through Friday, right here live on my YouTube channel. How are we doing today? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whenever you're watching it, if you're not watching this live in real time. So thanks for tuning in today. The Geno Jones Daily Variety Show brought to you by my good friends at Lockwood Outdoor Advertising, converting cars to cash. Yes, we are all about supporting black businesses right here on the Geno Jones Show, and Lockwood Outdoor Advertising is the only black-owned outdoor digital advertising or billboard company here in the state of South Carolina. So, for all those allies, all of our Melanin Challenge brothers and sisters who say that they want to be an ally, they want to be an accomplice, what can they do in this era of a racial reckoning with day two of the Derek Chauvin trial, murder trial, in the murder of George Floyd? How can we make a difference? You can support black businesses. It's digital. It's LockwoodOutdoor.com. That's LockwoodOutdoor.com. LockwoodOutdoor.com. You can give them a call. Tell them that I told you. Say, hey, listen, I saw Geno on this variety show. I hear you guys got this digital advertising company, outdoor advertising company, and I want to put my company, my product, my good, my services up in lights on your big, beautiful digital advertising sign. Give them a call. Here in the Carolinas, no matter where you are, 843-442-5011, 843-442. So that's 843-442-5011. All right, I'll give you that number again at the end of the show. Today is day two in the Derek Chauvin murder trial. Derek Chauvin was the police officer, and I use that term loosely because what he did was inhumane. I don't even know how you could even be considered a human to do what he did to George Floyd, who literally murdered him, choked him out with his knee. Unfortunately, you've probably seen the video like I have too many times. For 9 minutes and 29 seconds. Initially, all the reports said it was 8 minutes and 46 seconds. No, actually, it was 9 minutes and 29 seconds. You're probably familiar with the story. So day two. And the most compelling thing about day two, the young lady, the 17-year-old young lady who took the video with Derek Chauvin, when he had his knee on George Floyd's neck, had his hands in his pocket like this, kind of turned to the side with this arrogant, smug, evil, sadistic, I don't give a damn look like, yes, I'm choking out this N-word. Yes, I'm choking him out. He's not even human. He's vermin. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. That was the look. That was the vibe. That was the energy that Derek Chauvin gave to the world when he looked in this camera so nonchalantly, or in the camera, the video camera on the cell phone of the 17-year-old young lady who videotaped this whole thing. She testified today. We didn't get to see her face. Fortunately, they protect the minors. It was her and her 9-year-old cousin that testified separately today. And the most compelling thing this young lady said that literally had me choking back tears. She said, when I saw George Floyd, I thought about my father, my dad. I thought about my brothers. I thought about my uncles. I thought about black men. And she said, she wakes up. She says, you know, I wake up at night. She said, and I apologize. She said, I apologize to George Floyd. And I apologize to George Floyd because I wanted to protect him. I'm paraphrasing. That I didn't do anything to physically, her words, she said, because she didn't physically intervene with this quote unquote police officer, that she didn't stop it. The child says that she wakes up at night and she apologizes to George Floyd because she didn't physically intervene against a police officer who was sworn to protect the life of George Floyd and her life and the life of her dad and her uncles and her brothers and everybody that she talked about, and herself. And then her 9-year-old cousin, who the 17, now 18-year-old young lady just took to the store because her little cousin wanted something from this store, from this grocery store. And the young lady, the child, the 9-year-old baby, in his innocent voice, said she was 9 years old. And she said she heard like the paramedics ask in a nice way. She said they asked the police officer nicely to get off the man, and he didn't. Out of the mouths of babes. So that was the most revealing thing, along with a very combative, contentious, in a laid-back kind of way. The defense attorneys tried to attack the credibility. There was an EMS worker who was off duty, but who came to the scene and pleaded and begged with Derek Chauvin and the other officers to allow her to at least render some type of first aid, to at least see if George Floyd had a pulse, because she could tell that he was in extreme distress. She knew that he was either near or had already died. And she wanted to do everything she could to intervene to save this man's life. And she said that Derek Chauvin and the other officers would not allow her, a professional, a trained medical emergency worker who works in the city of Minneapolis, who worked in the area. She's trained to save people's lives who are in distress. And Derek Chauvin and these other 4 officers, or 3 officers, would not allow her to save the life, to see if George Floyd even had a pulse. So that's basically what happened with day 2. So today, let's make a segue here. Yesterday, I got a chance to tell you about there's going to be a wonderful event here in the Carolinas, here in Charleston, South Carolina metro area. And I'd say a little less than 2 weeks, about a week and a half from now. It's called the inaugural Igala Ocho Festival. Yesterday I had Lori L.J. Johnson and Brother Nazar Abir. So because it was really crazy and that the enemy was busy, as my grandmother would say, the devil was busy. So devil, what you need to be doing, you need to go holler at your boy Lil Nas X that was giving you a lap dance and then broke your neck in this video and then took your devil's horns and put them on your head. So instead of, trying to be busy with me, what you need to do is go holler at your boy Lil Nas X. All right, Mr. Montero, deal with that situation. But so I told Laurie and Brother Nazar that I wanted to bring one or both of them back on. So let's bring on camera. I've got my sister. She is a colleague of mine. I do a radio show in the daytimes here in Charleston, South Carolina. And she works on our sister station, sister gospel station. Very talented, multi-talented, multifaceted young woman by the name of Lori L.J. Johnson. And there she is on camera. All right, Sister LJ, Sister Lori, thank you for joining me again. So let's talk about let's talk about, and I want you can go into detail because we ran out of time yesterday. So once again, the inaugural Igala Ocho Festival is going to be April 9th here in Charleston, South Carolina. So let everybody know exactly what this is all about, where exactly it's going to be, how much, if anything, how much, if there's a cost, or if there's not, let us know what potential cost for admission, if there's one, and if people want some information, more information about this wonderful festival.
Absolutely. Well, once again, thank you so very much for having us back, or having me come back and make sure of any details. You did such a wonderful job yesterday. We appreciated you for, adding the details about the where. And so, yes, but just before I go into that, I do want to say, very heart wrenching testimony today. Just as you mentioned, I listened to your, commentary on the Derek Chauvin trial. Sometimes we say the George Floyd trial, but he's not on trial.
Thank you.
God. So, yeah. So just to, I just wanted to add that comment, that my heart and my prayers go out to the young lady, to the minors that were on the
Yeah.
court stand today. They're forever changed, and I'm sure that everyone who witnessed that definitely are forever changed by that criminal offense. It was just devastating.
LJ,
So I
thank
just
you.
wanted.
Mhm. Thank you for that feedback and that commentary. And you make an excellent point, because even the EMS worker, she talked about how it just, and I'm paraphrasing, but it just affected her. I think she mentioned something to the effect that it's just, it just changed her. I don't think she went into details, because the defense attorneys were, constantly attacking her, trying to destroy her credibility, and she didn't back down. She was a little bulldog. She was like, no, no, no. What you all are not going to do. You are not going to run over me. You're not going to destroy my credibility. I know my job better than you know your job. But it was
Yeah.
just, and the defense attorneys, they tried to do it. They were combative, but they tried to do it in a kind of low key, not, they weren't, it wasn't a combativeness with the body language per se and the facial expressions, but it was just the kind of combative, smug, almost kind of condescending combativeness, if you know what I'm talking about. Some people will try to
Absolutely. Yeah.
employ that, and she just wasn't having it. But to go
Right.
back to the young lady who was now 18, she was 17 when she videotaped the murder of George Floyd, and her little 9-year-old cousin, she had taken her to the store because
Mm.
she just, her little cousin, well, I guess wanted something from the store. So, your little cousin, when we teenagers, we have a little younger cousin. They want to, they love hanging out with their older cousins. I know I did with mine, and just Memorial Day. This was a holiday, and then all of a sudden, and I think about both of them, but to hear the young lady, I think Darnella was the name that they put on screen. I don't know if that's a real name or not, but for her to say that she can't sleep, she wakes up and she apologizes to George Floyd
Mm.
because she felt that she should have physically intervened to save his
Mm.
life. That's just a 17-year. Can you imagine how heavy
Devast-
that she's carrying
Absolutely.
this guilt? She's carrying this survivor's guilt that somehow that she, of all people, against 4 police officers, that this black female child was supposed to be a superhero and put her life on the line to intervene to stop a person who is sworn to serve and protect the public, who's getting paid by the public to serve and protect them. She was supposed to somehow intervene against a police officer killing an unarmed civilian. I just
Mm.
can't.
Unimaginable.
Oh, get that. I fell for her.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
had to choke back tears. It just hit me. Oh, it just
Mhm.
hit me right in my heart. So
Absolutely.
I'm feeling you on that. So, but
Absolutely.
thank you.
Unimaginable. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, but to shift a gear, I just really appreciate you again. The inaugural Igala Ocho Festival. We're looking forward to it. It's also going to be an art exhibition, April the 9th from 12 to 6 p.m. at St. Julian Divine, 1 Cooper Street. I think is a historic site. I think all of Charleston is historic and legendary in its own right. There are
So
so
let
many
me,
sacred.
can I apologize for jumping in, but this is important for those who don't live in the area. Could you, and I know you are a history buff, especially buff when it comes to especially the city of Charleston. For those who are viewing and might not know, could you explain to them why that location is so historically significant?
I'm still learning a lot, but we have so many very sacred sites. I believe, to me, because of its closeness to the old cigar factory. There is also an area where there were boundaries where Black folk just couldn't come, so I'm still learning those areas. But the old cigar factory, which where my mom used to work, that's another historic site there as well. It's now redone into office spaces, but there are two smokestacks, and I'm sure probably Nazar knows a lot more of the history of that particular location there also. But lots of things as far as the community and the St. Julian. There is a story about St. Julian, and I'm sorry I don't know that story, but I'll digress to let Brother Nazar talk about that history some more, and I can share some more on that day and maybe at another time. But just to me, it's historic in that area, like I said, because of the old cigar factory, with all of the discrimination that took place down in Charleston, the different areas that were used for, that like I said, that Black people just couldn't even come to. So, but we're just excited about the Ocho Festival, as Brother Nazar mentioned yesterday. It's it's a new beginning. It's whether you're hunting, as he said, for new career openings, entrepreneurship, whether you're hunting for an opening in we're opening as far as the harvest festival. We're coming into a rebirth as it relates to the springtime. It's always a rebirthing. So the festival, the harvest time, the new beginnings. This is what we're going to be celebrating on April the 9th. There's going to be drumming. There's going to be history. There's going to be for the children. There's a young lady, Gigi is going to be doing some things with the children as far as seeds planting. They're going to be learning about, giving them an interest in becoming farmers and, plowing in the land and doing those types of things and learning about, what's good, what seeds are now in certain harvest times and certain crop times. There are certain times to plant, there's certain times to harvest. Certain things are, become what you sow in certain seasons and certain times of the year. So they're going to be learning about that. So it's going to be interactive for the children. And, we're going to also just kind of give the history about the Igala community, in this area, and how we were connected with a 3,000-year-old kingdom in Kogi State, Nigeria, and the Igala kingdom, the Igala community. That's where our ancestors, we all have migrated, and we have all, we've come through the line of the Igala people through the Igala kingdom. So as I said, the Ocho Festival was banned some time ago. It was banned in West Africa, but this is going to be the first time it's going to be celebrated here in the United States by the community, which is here, and it is led by Brother Nazar here in the local Charleston area. So it's for people who want to reconnect to their roots, people who want to reconnect to their culture, people who want to learn more about what it is the people of the kingdom there learned. We were the pyramid builders. This kingdom is known for the pyramid, being the pyramid builders.
Really? Wow.
And, that technology that they even had back then, they probably could not even redo that. But that was the mindset and the stunning abilities of the people of that area in that region, and back during those dynasty times. And so it's really a fascinating history. So we welcome anyone and everyone who has an interest in going to the roots of their roots and just learning and reconnecting the culture. There are a lot of things that we do that are connected to the Igala Kingdom, even till this day in Nigeria. So we're going to be talking about a lot of those things that our grandparents did, like passing babies over cemeteries and I mean, not cemeteries, passing babies over the graves of deceased loved ones. I remember just seeing something like that and wondering, wow, it just looks so sacred. What is, it is, so many different types of things that we came over here with. And but those things were held onto, and they were, it was like a part of you that you wanted to try to hold on to some way, somehow. You may not have always really totally understood why, but it was just something in honoring of your ancestors that you felt like that was something to hold on to and to cherish.
So this sounds like it's going to be exciting. So it's going to be artwork. So it's going to be Igala artwork. It'll be music, dancing. I'm assuming it'll be. Well, I know you said you guys will be showing people how to farm, which is really important. It's something that we as African Americans don't talk about enough. And black farmers have been basically so violated for it. I mean, land stolen from them, and black farmers killed and had their land taken from them. But that's something that's so important. That we rely on other people to even grow our own food. And
Absolutely.
If something got sideways, it's like we need to be able to kind of self-sustain in our community. We need to know how to grow the food and harvest the food and take the food to market, and that's a whole nother conversation.
And it's not that difficult, it's really not, and it's like people in New York and big cities, they're planting on their
rooftops,
on their windowsills, exactly, in small areas, you can get some tomatoes, you can get some parsley, you can get some basil. It's just a beautiful thing to be able to grow your own and be able to be self-sustaining. That's how we lived off the earth. We lived off the, we lived off the water. We fish, we were, fishermen, we were crabbers, we just did all of that. I remember my grandmother used to get all kinds of harvest out of this same yard plot of land that I'm looking at right now, right? And she stayed in the field from morning until the evening. She would get watermelon, sugarcane, okra, peas, you name it. She would get it out of there, and we would help her go out there and get it. So it was just, I just really, we would like to reawaken that, because as you said, we don't encourage our young people to get into that kind of thing. Agriculture work is very important today, even today.
Yeah. Okay, well, the bottom line is, as long as they're humans got to eat. So
that's exactly right.
that is a recession-proof business, because pandemic or not, folks still got to eat, and we learn.
That's right.
Folks got to eat, and they need a grocery store. But who knows? We had our own. Enough more farmers have built that network. We could cut out the middleman and just go straight to market, or just socially distance and COVID precautions with masks and socially distance, and go visit black farmers and get our fruits and vegetables and a lot more. So will there be food vendors out there by any chance?
We're gonna have some plant-based items, some items that are like healthy and that sort of thing. So we'll provide, some things like that, but it's not gonna be like commercial people out there actually selling a whole lot. We want to show our hospitality and provide some things for our guests that do come through.
So Lori, once again, give us the date, the times, and how much does it cost?
Well, it's Friday, April 9th, and the cost is, there's no admission cost.
Wonderful.
So come one, come all, bring the family, and just be prepared to just, strap it, especially if you're a history person. I tell you, Brother Nazar is a historian, and he's going to be, he's an interpretive artist. So a lot of the paintings that he has painted, there are very deep stories that go along with these paintings, and there's a lot of history that is not told that goes along with his artwork. And so these are the types of stories that we want the people to know about, the people who, from the time they were brought here, resisted, the people like the Denmark VCs, the people like the Emperor Shields Green, also known as the Emperor, the people who resisted They resisted from the time they got here and were they had a quest for freedom. They didn't just want to, it was a fight,
Yes.
A constant struggle, a constant fight for freedom. So there are lots of stories that were unknown, that are unknown to us. So that's what we want to do. So it's April 9th, next Friday, from 12 to 6 at St. Julian Divine Community Center at 1 Cooper Street, downtown Charleston.
Okay, and if
from 12 to 6. So
if
we're looking, and I thank you so much.
Oh, listen, you don't have to thank me. Before you go, is there a phone number or a website where people maybe can go online or call if they want to get some more information? And by the way, this is going to be outdoors, correct? So, but there will be COVID precautions in terms of mask wearing and social distancing, correct? Thank you. I think her.
Absolutely.
There you go. Okay.
Absolutely. And we want to appreciate the city of Charleston for making this possible. Yeah, the city of Charleston, we want to appreciate them for enforced, mask wearing and social distancing. So 843-998-1215 is the phone number to call. 843-998-1215.
All right.
Yeah.
Lori L.J. Johnson here to tell us about the very first Igala Ocho Festival here in Charleston, South Carolina on April 9th. Thank you, my sister.
You're welcome, my brother. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Great job. That's Lori L.J. Johnson. She's a really talented sister, just beautiful spirit. Listen, thanks for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you. God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Daily Variety Show Monday through Friday right here, live on my YouTube channel. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Geno Jones channel right here, okay? Brought to you today. Today's show is brought to you by Lockwood Outdoor Advertising, converting cars to cash. It is the only African-American owned digital outdoor business here in the state of South Carolina, converting cars to cash. So see your company's name, your company's product, service, logo up in these digital, beautiful lights on this beautiful digital advertising, outdoor advertising sign, all right? So reach out to them. It's LockwoodOutdoor.com, LockwoodOutdoor.com, or you can call 843-442-5011, 843-442-5011. A shout out to Mr. Bruce Gage. He is the official wardrobe consultant and stylist. Got me popping my collars for the Geno Jones Show. Check him out on IG, on Instagram, Bruce Gage. G-A-G-E, Bruce Gage, G-A-G-E. And shout out to Markel Bailey. He is the official hairstylist and barber for the Geno Jones Show. Check him out on IG, on Instagram, K-E-L-B-E-C-U-T-T-I-N, Kel B. Cuttin on Instagram. Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching. Please go binge watch all my earlier episodes. Shout out and thank you to my new subscribers. And tell everybody share this episode and all my previous episodes. Post it on someone's social media page, on their Facebook, or post it and send a link to them or to their Instagram page or to their Twitter page, okay? Or wherever you want to put it up on social media, all right? I want to thank everybody for watching. I love you. I really do. Mother, I love you. Thank you for watching and just being my biggest fan and my publicist and just believing in me even more than I believed in myself sometimes. So thank you. All right, everybody. I want you to be blessed tomorrow. It will be Wednesday, hump day edition of the Geno Jones Show right here, 6:30 p.m. Eastern live. 5:30 live in Chicago, 3:30 live in Los Angeles. Until then, I want you to be blessed. Thanks for watching again.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.